Hey everyone, Mike and Beth at the cider table, kicking off the Summer of Pennsylvania Ciders. We're just back from Cider Fest and we are excited to start sharing all that we discovered out in the heart of Pennsylvania apple country, Adams County. And one of the cideries from right there in Adams County, Ploughman's Farm Cider, they actually were just named at Cider Fest by Pennsylvania Cider Guild,
Yep.
The Cidery of the Year, and we can definitely see why. Just before we get into the cider that we are going to taste today from them, one of the things that I really noticed about a lot of the ciders that we tasted from Ploughman's was the apple was really present in the ciders.
Yeah.
Or you'll hear from Mike in a little bit, really the fruit, because there's a special cider that they had available too that actually didn't have any apples in it. So the fruit really came forward in that, and they grow all their own fruit, and you could really taste the love that went into their cider.
Yeah, you really can. And we had an opportunity to talk to Ben quite a bit. He's a cider maker and owner of Ploughman. Really cool guy, really passionate about what he does, and it really shines through in what he's doing with his ciders.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hi, Ben.
So the cider we're tasting today is Lupulin Lummox, and I'm going to do a little bit of a science lesson here. So lupulin is actually something that is inside of a hop plant. The formal name in Latin for hops is something lupulus. I'm not sure, humulus, lupulus, something along those lines. But anyway, if you open up a hop plant, we actually have a hop plant growing right over here. It's kind of taking over the world because they just vine out all over the place. But if you open up a hop plant, and these are really immature, so you won't really be able to see it. But let me bring this up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not on the camera here. But there's some yellow stuff on the inside, and that's actually called lupulin. And that's where all the flavor comes from in a hop. It brings some bitterness and all those flavor compounds that you're so used to when you taste something that has hops in it. So this one specifically has citra hops in it, which is an extremely, as you would guess from the name, citrusy sort of hop. So let's give this a taste and see what you think.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely get a citrus note when first taking a sniff.
Yeah.
And even the hop. If I were to smell that,
you won't smell much on
guessing,
this except some kind of grassiness because it's so young.
But a typically mature hop plant, you do get that
almost
fresh.
There's fresh. Yeah, and there's like a resiny sort of kind of note to it as well. But that comes through a little bit more in the flavor. But really, there's apples here. I mean, it's apples. You're sure this is an apple cider, which is a really cool thing because a lot of people tend to mask the apple flavor sometimes, especially if they're not using awesome fruit like Ben's using. So yeah, definitely get those hops up front. And that's citrus. When you take a taste, have you tasted yet?
Yep.
It really comes through. And then it's kind of an indescribable citrus. It's somewhere between lemon and lime and orange and grapefruit. Yeah, grapefruit at the end, that pithy grapefruit.
Yep.
It's kind of tart and bitter, and that hits you at the end of it, I think. But again, that sweetness of the apple is definitely coming through. But not so sweet. It definitely finishes dry. I really, really like this one.
It's a very refreshing too, I think. This is a nice summer cider, so I'm glad that we're tasting it as part of the Summer of Pennsylvania Ciders here because I think on a hot day, this would be really nice and refreshing.
It sure would. And, we're going to be heading out to Gettysburg for a soccer tournament this fall, and we're definitely going to be stopping by.
Stocking up some more.
Yeah, we're going to be stopping by Ben to visit, pick up some more of this, maybe pick up some more sweet merch, like this hat that I picked up. My daughter's giving me a look right now behind the camera, but they told me I have to say merch because
that's what the cool kids say.
I'm nothing if not one of the cool kids. So anyway,
speaking of cool, why don't you tell them about the cool, funky cider that Ben did have?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So we got there and Ben said he had this really cool cider that he wanted everyone to try, but unfortunately they had a leak in the keg, so we had to stop back. They're only about 10 miles from where Cider Fest is. They were able to run and get another keg of this cider. It's called Distal Funk, and it's a peach cider. It's 100% peach, no apple in it at all. And it is a really super funky beverage. It's got that funky note, a tartness, a sweetness. I can't even describe what it was, but I've been thinking about it ever since we left. Really awesome one. It's not for everybody. Because it's got that sort of funkiness to it. I think you liked it, you didn't love it, but definitely something that if you're looking for something cool and interesting, something different, check that out, along with everything that they're doing. Really awesome ciders. So
can really see why they were named Cidery of the Year. So congrats again, Ben, on that award, and we can't wait to check out your place at the end of August.
Definitely. So, really enjoyed this one. Really looking forward to trying more from Ploughman. And Beth, cheers.
Cheers.